do you know that's true? Tucker Carlson is absolutely right. I was looking at the CDC last night. Derek, have you seen this? That once you're vaccinated, the CDC guidelines suggest you don't have to wear a mask. Why would you have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated? Oh, no, we got to continue to be careful. I was in somebody's office yesterday, and I felt so stupid. She had COVID. I've been vaccinated, and we're both nervously putting our mask on because that's our company protocols, and we want to do what the company tells us to do. Got to wear a mask in the office. I'm just curious, if you've been vaccinated, again, why are you, well, I mean, seriously, can somebody, Eric, find me one person. I want one person on the planet right now listening to the Mike Gallagher Show, brought to you in part by MyPillow, and I'm going to share a heartwarming email. I can't read the email. It's very personal, but it just warms my heart to know that somebody's life who's challenged right now was changed and bettered by the My Slippers. These aren't slippers. These are religious. This is a religious experience. If you're on the stream right now, you want to go to Mike Online. I'm about to wave around my slipper. I'll show you what it looks like. It's unbelievable. It's made with the MyPillow foam and impact gel to make it the most comfortable slipper I have ever had in my 60 years on this planet. So I'm going to pull my foot up here in just a moment and wave it to you at MikeOnline.com. Click on Mike TV or on our YouTube channel, or, of course, subscribe to our podcast with a lot of great, unique content, including my conversation tomorrow with the great Ben Domenech from The Federalist. He's got a great perspective on so many pressing issues. So I'll tell you about the my slipper from MyPillow in just a moment. But first, I want somebody to tell me, address what Tucker Carlson said last night. Why do you have to wear a mask after you've been vaccinated? Because the mask supposedly protects me from you and you from me, right? It's what do you call it, Eric? It's spittle or what is it? Not spittle. What particles or spray? Yeah, spray. Because you're going to spray me with COVID and I'm going to wind up dead in 3 days. Why? I need one person in America to explain why you're supposed to wear a mask after you've been vaccinated. I was vaccinated, 16 days ago. I'm good. And look at the CDC website. Look at the CDC website that explains the vaccination process, because they say after 14 days, depends on which vaccine, but generally 14 days, you're fully inoculated, but you've got to, then the CDC site itself kind of infers that you should wear the mask until you get to the 14-day period. So they seem to suggest themselves you don't need to wear a mask after you've been vaccinated. Let's talk to a doctor who can give me some answers on this. Dr. Murray, how are you?
Good. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Tell me why I should wear a mask after I've been fully vaccinated in 14 days.
You don't have to wear a mask anymore. No need whatsoever. And by the way, I was listening on the way to the airport. This vaccine can last at least 12 months, maybe or longer. I know that because natural immunity, in other words, people who get the virus, back in last March, are still having antibodies. I had 150 patients with it, lots of experience. And it may last forever, may last for lifetime. We don't know that yet.
Right.
The only
We're
issue is that the virus may change, and then it wouldn't be effective. But
I got you. Let me ask you a question that I have been dying to know, and I've been getting ready to research this. Maybe you know the answer.
Go ahead.
After I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine 16 days ago, can I go get an antibodies test, and will it show that I have the antibodies, or does it work that way?
Yeah, we'll show antibodies. But the 2 weeks might be a little bit early. I heard what you just said about the CDC. I'm noticing it takes at least 3-4 weeks to get the antibodies. And I'm checking everybody, and I don't get it. I have to wait 3-4 weeks, and then you get the antibodies.
I got it. Hey, safe travels, Doc. Appreciate very much your call. And there's a doctor says, no, you don't have to wear a mask. Now, you got to wear a mask, though, because they'll yell at you. They'll chase you down. Cops will arrest you. They might drag you away like they dragged that woman away in the bank. Remember the lady in the bank? That late, and of course, she was doing that more than once. I mean, she was kind of a little loopy. I don't know. She also shouldn't have been dragged away in handcuffs. I mean, so if you get the vaccine, and as the good doc says, oh, maybe 3-4 weeks, you're fully immunized. You shouldn't have to wear a mask. But you go into a store and you don't. Well, Scott wants to share that exact experience. Scott, how you doing?
As I was walking in, I noticed there was another guy, a worker, walking in and out of the store, and he didn't have a mask on. So I'm all right. I walked in with no mask on. As I walk in, I see the guy behind a counter, a different worker behind a counter with no mask on. I say, hey, where do you go get the keys? He says, in the back. So I start walking to the back. I get to the back to the counter to get my keys made, and this worker with no mask on walks up to me and tells me I got to wear a mask. I'm like, what, are you kidding me?
Did you say,
want
where's
me to
yours?
wear a mask? I said, where's yours?
Yeah.
He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a mask, and says, here, wear mine. I said, shouldn't you be wearing yours? I said, what, are you kidding me? You want me to wear your mask?
Yeah.
I don't know where that mask has been. Oh, it's a new mask.
I want to put your mask on. It's been all over your nasty face. I want your germs on my face now. Yeah, sure. That's what I'll do. Why don't you loan me your toothbrush while you're at it?
I don't care if the mask is brand new or not. He's breathing over that shirt.
Of course he is. Well, wait a minute. Why doesn't he have a mask on? How could he have the audacity to tell you wear a mask and he doesn't have a mask on?
Exactly. What, are you kidding me? He doesn't have a mask on. He's asking me to wear. Then he wants me to wear his mask.
Scott, people are losing their minds. I'm telling you, it is mass insanity. It's nuts. And Tucker Carlson, who I watched religiously last night, had this great monologue about the obediency. We have to comply. You better wear your masks. We just had a doctor who kind of confirmed what I keep suspecting. I've been vaccinated. What am I wearing a mask for? I'm sitting there. I couldn't believe it yesterday. I'm talking to a great lady in her office. I get the mask on. It's itching. I'm about 10 feet away from her. When I walk in, she nervously gets her mask, puts it on her face. We're like crazy people. Do you realize this? We're crazy. Here's Tucker last night on how Democrats, because this is a leftist construct. It really is. These are people on the left, and they get mad at us. They think we're just coronavirus deniers. I'm not denying coronavirus. I'm caught, but hey, if I'm being vaccinated, Larry, I'm sorry. Here's Tucker.
And once you're vaccinated, you can live normally. That's the whole point of getting vaccinated. But then you wonder, if that's true, why are Joe Biden and Kamala Harris still wearing their silly little obedience masks everywhere they go? They've been vaccinated, so is everyone around them. So why the masks? Why the restrictions? What exactly is going on here? We know it's not science. We know that for certain. According to the CDC, once you are vaccinated, of course, you don't need a mask anymore.
We can kind of almost see the end. We're vaccinating so very fast. Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick, and that it's not just in the clinical trials, but it's also in real-world data.
Well, we hope vaccinated people don't carry the virus. Otherwise, why are we getting all these vaccines? What's the point? Turns out the real-world data confirms common sense. Once you get the vaccine, you don't need a mask. That's a Biden employee. So why is everyone still wearing them? Why are people with vaccinations walking alone outside with masks on? Why are Joe Biden and Kamala Harris wearing masks?
Well, I guess the reason is if you take your mask off, alarms are going to go off. They're going to start screaming at you. They're going to whip out their cell phone cameras and take pictures of you and put it on World Star and say, he doesn't have a mask on. Look at this. He's an anti-masker. He's a crazy conspiracy theorist. Where's his tinfoil hat? And there's Rochelle Walensky. There's Weepy Walensky. That's the CDC director crying because she's scared of the impending doom. That's the CDC director. But she said, Tucker played the clip. We're vaccinating so fast, CDC data suggests that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick, and that's real-world data. Well, then somebody again, I'm back to my original question. Can you give me a legitimate, I mean it, Eric, I want a caller that can legitimately defend wearing a mask after you've been vaccinated.